Yo, what's good, boys? Since you guys really liked the last video where I broke down the best guns for each operator, I figured it's time to make a full tier list of every gun in the game. Just to be clear, this tier list is for warfare only. This is not an operations video. If you're unfamiliar with my stream and stats, I'm going to put a quick picture here so you know that I know what I am talking about. All right, with that, here's how I'm ranking everything. I'm looking at time to kill, recoil, how easy it is to carry a lobby, and the vibes of the gun, like if it feels good to use. The tiers are as follows. S is the best of the best. A is a really strong gun. B is solid. C is mid. D is bad. And F is probably just straight up unusable, and you shouldn't use it. You can still pop off with pretty much every gun in the game if you're good enough, but the D and F tiers make it a lot harder compared to C and up. And before we jump into the tier list, let me know in the comments of what other kinds of videos you want to see. I'm planning an operator tier list for Warfare and considering doing build guides, but if there's anything specific you want, just tell me. I'm more than willing to help everybody out. Don't forget to leave a like, as that helps the channel, helps me know what kind of content you want to see. So with that, let's start off with the first gun up here, which happens to be the best gun in the game, AKM. AKM has the highest time to kill out of any gun. Don't even look at the slow rate of fire. It doesn't matter. You can 3-shot somebody in the chest, and because of the slow fire rate, the recoil is easy to manage. You get a drum mag, a 70-round drum mag that you can still have high handling, high strafe speed with. It's just the best gun in the game. Don't let anybody tell you anything else. This is the best. Use it. Let's go to the K416. This is, it's hard to put this in A because at range it's just a pea shooter. But up close it's very strong. Recoil is very easy to control. It got nerfed, I think, 2 seasons ago. If this was the pre-nerf gun, this would definitely be A or S. But lately I've been using it. I find good success with it. It's just, once you go past, like, I don't know, 30 meters, it just takes so long to kill somebody. Moving on, K437, I'm going to put in B tier for now. Unnerfed, this was probably the best assault rifle in the game when it first came out. Then they nerfed it. Then they buffed the AKM to make it a faster time to kill gun than this, so I'm not sure why they nerfed the K437 just to buff the AKM to be better than this. Regardless, this gun is still fairly strong. You can find good success, but I wouldn't necessarily put it in the A tier. All right, next is the AKS-74. This gun, I used to think, I never used it, but I always had the feeling that it was F, but I used it recently, like 3 weeks ago. It's honestly not terrible. I would put it in C tier. It has a pretty good headshot multiplier. The rate of fire is slow, but the recoil is easy to manage. The time to kill isn't bad. There's other things that you can use to do better, obviously, but it's not like bottom of the barrel. I kind of actually like using it on recon just to switch it up. I mean, there's nothing else to really say about it. It's pretty unremarkable. Just mid, like literally mid. Unlike this next gun, the Ash 12, this is probably the worst gun in the game. It's so ass. I mean, the time to kill is great, don't get me wrong, but the recoil pattern is horrendous. The mag is horrendous. If you're shooting anybody beyond 15 meters, the recoil just makes this gun unbearable. I mean, the damage fall off is also not great. It's just bad. Don't use it. Like, literally just avoid this gun at all costs. Moving on to the Val. This one's tricky, man. This is like on the verge of A and B tier. The only reason why it wouldn't be A tier is because of the range. But up close, this thing's a freaking monster. I'm inclined to put it at low A. Low A tier seems right. The new barrel that came out that made it a burst is, I mean, it has a pretty high time to kill, but you have to hit all 4 shots. And the likelihood you're like all four shots on a moving target, pretty slim. So you're better off just using the fully auto. Other than that, I mean, it has great handling. It's kind of like just a submachine gun in AR form, essentially. So I'm inclined to keep it here. I don't see many people using it, but I think you should. I think because it's like so close to B tier, people usually avoid it. but I think it's quite strong. As for the AUG, I know people love the AUG. I get so many people in stream coming saying, "Hey, check out this AUG build. It's a laser." Like, yeah, no shit, it's a laser, but it's a fucking pea shooter. Yeah, 2-shot headshot, great, fantastic. But most of the time, if you're getting a 2-shot headshot, that's going to happen statistically less than 10% of the time that you're playing. And if you're racking 20 kills in a game, that's 2 kills in the entirety of the match. So don't bank on these headshots unless you're a fiend. Like, I know some people have like 15 to 20% headshot percentage. You can check in your details the precise kills. But usually, who cares, man? Like, there's other guns that you can be using. And I'm saying this for the AUG, which is kind of hypocritical when I go to the SG 552 because that's also a pea shooter. But this has such a slow rate of fire that I think the SG is better. SG also gets higher handling. It gets a 45. If the AUG had a 45 round mag, I would put it up. I would essentially move it here. But because you only have the option of 30 rounds or 60, the 60 just kills this gun, man. And I feel like I need to run 60. And for all those reasons, I'm leaving it at C. I know people love this gun, but I'm just not a fan. Moving on to the Scar. C. I mean, I really want to love this gun, but it's just not great. You can't really get high movement speed. You can't really get... You can get okay handling in terms of sprint to fire, but the camera shake along with the recoil, you just have to add so much to it that it makes it a little rough, especially with the camera shake. I find myself having to use attachments to just fix that, which is a bummer because I really like the Scar's gun in many other games, but in this game I think it's a little on the it's in consideration for D tier, to be honest. The time to kill is also pretty slow. I would put this not at D tier, but I'd put it low C. Pretty low C. CI-19. CI-19 has a great time to kill. Great movements. I mean, no recoil. It's a very well-balanced gun. I, myself, am hesitant to put it at S, which is why I'm just going to leave it at A. I don't know, man. When I use this thing, I cannot get it down. And I'm not sure what the problem is. Maybe it's just like I'm used to the other guns in S tier compared to this one. With that said, I wouldn't say no to people putting this in S. It's just for me personally, this is high A. Go nuts using this. It's a very good gun. Recoil is easy to manage. And if you want to experiment with the gas blocks, go ahead. Don't use rapid. Rapid sucks. Like, the rapid sucks on this gun. It just kills it. But the stable gas block makes it easier to control if you needed to. Usually I run it without the gas blocks though. Car 15. People sleep on this gun, and I'm not sure why. Maybe because it's like the first gun you get. But the Car 15 has an incredible time to kill to the chest. The upper torso to be specific. And you should be using this gun if you play recon. It doesn't have... This is probably your best recon gun next to the SMG 45. It's just really great. No recoil. You get great handling. You can get a 60 round mag that doesn't kill your stats completely. This is my most used gun in the game currently since they put out the star systems. I think it's like 86 stars, which is 8,600 kills with it. And the next closest is the AKM with, I don't know, like 60 some stars. I think the car's fantastic. I might even put an S. It's teetering, but I don't think I can because of the limb damage. I think it's going to sit in A. Because if you don't get the upper torso or the headshot, it becomes a 5-shot, which kind of kills the time to kill. Speaking of low time to kill, AK-12 has a low time to kill, but doesn't matter. This is an S tier gun. You get no recoil. You get great handling, great strafe speed. I said it in the operator video that this gun is meant to be used because you can have no recoil with it. You're going to beam people. You can configure it with 45 round mag or the 70. The range is all right. It's just a great gun to be using for anybody, especially new players or even controller players. This gun is super easy to use. You can get pretty good like hip fire with it too if you put a laser on it, and you can still melt people up close. If you get a headshot, like one headshot brings up the time to kill significantly, which is why this is S tier. If it didn't have the great headshot multiplier, it probably would be A. But with the buff it got like 2 seasons ago, it's just an S tier gun. M16A4. I'm gonna put it at D above the Ash 12. I've found success with you know what? Nah, fuck. It's F tier. It's so bad. It's a burst gun, and you know, in this game with burst guns, usually you have to like spam click your left click button or hold your trigger or tap it, excuse me. But in this game, you can just hold the left click or the trigger. So you'll get the maximum rate of fire without missing like a nanosecond or some shit like that. But even with all that, it's pretty bad. Any burst gun in this game is going to feel terrible. I think it's 3 shots to the head to kill. So if you get all 3 to the head, they'll die. But usually that doesn't happen. So you got to do it 2 bursts, and it's just terrible. It's so bad. Just don't use it. MK47 is, in my opinion, the highest skill ceiling weapon in the game. If you can headshot like crazy, this is an S tier gun. The recoil just makes it a little too rough to use. You got to put the short barrel on because the long barrel just kills your handling and your control a bit. Or I guess it helps the control, but the handling just goes way too low for my liking. And you're just investing so much into the recoil control, whether it's vertical or horizontal. It has both of those are just terrible. It's just a B tier gun. It melts up close, which is why I like to run the short barrel now. And you just got to go for the headshots because I think it's like 97 milliseconds is the time to kill if you get it two to the head. But 4 to the chest still is like a little bit slower than the M7, so it's not like unusable if you don't hit the headshots, which is why it's not in the C tier. And also the fact that engineers only get this gun, it's kind of a bummer. I'd like to see how it would work with something like a Tempest, who has great mobility and can get in somebody's face. But for now, I'm just going to leave it in B tier. But if you have great aim, this is definitely like somewhere in the S tier. SG552 is a great gun, and unlike the AUG, it has a faster rate of fire, and I think it does outperform the AUG in body shots, specifically the upper torso. If you get limbs, it's not that great. But I mean, it has no recoil, gets a 45 round mag, it gets great handling, great strafe, speed, faster time to kill to the body than the AUG, and the headshots, it's 3 to the head, which makes it slightly longer to kill than the AUG to the head. For those reasons, I really like this. It's the pea shooter. It's one of my favorite guns. Definitely not S. You can argue that it's B tier. I wouldn't mind people putting it in B tier. I mean, some people just hate this gun. But me personally, I enjoy using it. M7, S tier. The buff they did to the M7 just made this gun fantastic. The recoil is hard, but you can make attachments to make it no recoil. The setup that I'm using has quite a bit of recoil, but that's because I like having high handling in place of recoil. You know, you could just pull down on the mouse and the bounciness of it will just fix itself. It could also lead to more headshots, which greatly increases the gun's damage. I think it's like 47 damage to the head. So you can do 2 body, 1 to the head. And the time to kill would be very fast for it. Overall, this gun is great. I'm glad they put it to the assault class instead of it just making an engineer-only gun. I kind of hope they do the same with the MK47. M7 has a faster time to kill than the MK to the chest, but even if you get 3 headshots, this thing's faster, the MK47. Regardless, this gun's great, and if you can master the recoil, it's pretty good. Next gun, M4A1. You know, last season I would have put A. This season I considered B, but I'm gonna leave it at A. I think the M4A1's a solid choice. You got to use it more like a submachine gun and not so much as a rifle. You really want to be a movement demon when using this gun. Otherwise, you're just gonna be shooting like little pebbles at people. The headshot multiplier is okay. It's not the greatest. So headshots, I think it can 4-shot instead of 5-shot. I have to look at the numbers again, but I'm just going off the cuff here without many stats at my disposal. I'm gonna keep it here. It's great on D-Wolf. It's great on Tempest. Byron, I wouldn't use this on Byron. I think the dash just kind of, his dash is not the same as Tempest. With Tempest, you can roll and drop shot much easier than you can fire and dash and drop shot, which is what you're going to be wanting to do with this. You want to be up close using this gun. And for that, it's going to stick in A tier. PTR, it's just so bad, man. The recoil sucks. The headshots, you got to get a headshot or else this gun's just terrible. It has slow time to kill. It might be slower than the AUG, to be honest. I really would love to love this gun, but it's just so unbearable to use. I mean, there's really not much else to say for the PTR. It's mid at best, mid across the board. The recoil is actually like D tier worthy, but everything else makes up for it. G3 is a engineer exclusive gun. This is heavily reliant on headshots. I'm gonna put it. It's not it's usable, man. Like, it's so mid. You can find success with it. I wouldn't put it in D tier. You could make the argument for D tier, but the no recoil along with the headshot multiplier plus the range it has makes it usable gun in certain situations. I've had plenty of games that I've had with this that are good. But you just have to pick the right situation for it and play a certain style compared to what I'm usually like. I usually am in your face, up close, 20 meters. This requires you to be like 30 plus meters away, and for that, I'm not really a fan of it. Unlike this gun, I love the QBZ. People hate it, but I love this thing. With that said, I'm putting it in B tier. There's no reason why you would ever run the QBZ on the Assault class. The only time I've ever ran a QBZ is on Recon, or I guess Luna, because the other Recon operators don't get it. I don't know, man. Like, the headshot multiplier is great. The time to kill to the chest is alright. I guess it's more good than alright. But there's really no reason to use the QBZ when these other ARs exist. Especially in the Assault class. Like, there's almost no reason to run it. Which is why I guess I'm going to be leaving it here in the B tier. But if you're running Luna, this is a great gun to use. It's like my 4th most used gun on the season. I'd have to check the stats, but recoil is easy to control. I have like a build that has low strafe speed just to get the recoil down to be manageable. But other than that, it's pretty good. All right, I think that was the last AR. So we're going to be moving to submachine guns. MP7, I'm going to put low A. It has low recoil, very fast time to kill up close, very fast fire rate. And I said it in the previous video that you just want to be strafing like crazy when using this gun. I think the limb damage, chest damage are all the same. So you just want to make yourself as hard to hit as possible while spraying. Compared to the other guns, I put it here because of the recoil, pretty much. That's it. And you can put like a 70 round mag and go to town. Compared to the Vector is great up close, but at range it just kind of sucks, which is why this is the MP7's A and why I'm going to put the Vector at B. The problem with the Vector is at range. Up close, I mean, obviously it's a monster, but I don't really see, there's a reason why you don't see many people using the Vector compared to like these other submachine guns. The recoil can get a little out of control. I see a lot of people invest into the recoil, which I think is a mistake. I think you should just really lean into the 15 meters and closer range with this gun. Like on shaft, it's E-point. I think this is like the perfect use for the Vector. But once you get down to like the side hallways at range, you kind of feel it, and it's not great. SR3M used to be one of my favorite guns, but it got nerfed to the ground. I'm gonna put it at C. Like mid C. The recoil is easy. The fire rate's okay. Time to kill is meh. I mean, compared to the other SMGs, it's like there's no reason to use it. There's nothing that it does better than some of these other ones. It's just kind of mid. It's like literally the definition of mid in terms of submachine guns, and compared to some of the other ARs. I mean, you could make a case for B. You know what? Honestly, I would rather use SR3M than all these ARs, to be honest. So I guess with that, I would put it at B. A lot of these submachine guns feel the same, to be honest. Like, there's not much of differentiation. Like the P90, I'm just gonna put B. I didn't really like it. I'm gonna put C, actually. I think P90 is the second worst submachine gun in the game. I don't know, man. Like the recoil seems off. I mean, it gets the mag size, but that's about it. The time to kill's not great. I mean, for a submachine gun, it's not great. For like an AR, compared to AR, it's pretty good. But the range, the recoil, it just feels kind of off, which is why I put it at C tier. MP5's S tier. This gun's a fucking beast. This season, it didn't get buffed, but the QCQ got nerfed. So replacing the QCQ this season is the MP5. This gun is nutty. Even at range, you can build it to be like decently okay. Anytime you want to use the SMG, this is probably the one you want to go to. I think it has the fastest time to kill if you get the headshots. Even body shots, it's like a low 200 milliseconds. It's pretty insane. I love the MP5. You should use it. QCQ got nerfed. I'm gonna put it at A. I mean, it's still kind of like a carbon copy of the SMG45, but the SMG45 just feels a little bit easier to use. I think at range it has a faster time to kill. Speaking of which, I'm going to just put the SMG45 here at S. Similar, but because the QCQ got nerfed and has a harder recoil pattern, I'm going to leave it at A. SMG45 is basically like a hybrid between an AR and an SMG. It's what the... Oh, I forgot that. It's basically what the K17 wants to be. The K17 is just a worse version of the SMG45. So SMG45, just fantastic if you want to use it like an AR or even like a submachine gun. Speaking of KC, this thing is bad. I'm not gonna say bad, but it's mid. There's no reason to use this when the SMG45 exists. SMG45 does everything the KC17 does, but better, except have a drum mag. That's the only reason why you would use KC17. Otherwise, use the SMG. SMG45 still has a higher time to kill. At range, up close, it's just significantly better than this piece of garbage. Desperately needs some kind of buff. It's like teetering on D tier. That's how bad it is. I'd much rather use all of these than the KC17. Except maybe the AUG. I'm a big hater of the AUG. Moving on, Bison. I'm going to put B tier. Bison's very good. I really like it. The mag size is great. You don't have to like spend any points to increase it like the other weapons. Recoil is easy to control. I don't know if I'd rather use the Bison or the Vector. Probably the Bison. Just because at range it feels a little bit easier to use. Recoil's easier to manage. So I'll put it like right there. And then Uzi, just fucking don't use this gun. This gun's so bad. It's almost unusable. I don't know why you would use this. The only situation that's good is if someone is literally right next to you and you can hit fire. Other than that, this gun is a piece of garbage. Just avoid it. Vityaz is A tier. Vityaz feels very good. Hasn't been nerfed since last season. I would probably maybe put it over the MP7. It's kind of like a coin flip between the two. I probably would use a Vityaz over the MP7, to be honest. Recoil is better, and it can do some more damage at range. Vityaz is a very good gun if you haven't been using it. All right, moving on to the LMGs. M250, man, I really wish this gun used to be what it is. But for now, it's mid. I would use all these guns over the M250. It's still probably the second best LMG in the game, but it's still just meh. There's other things you could be doing in the engineer class than running this M250. I know some people like it, but it's just not for me. The time to kill up close to the chest is still very good. Like, it's still absurd. It's just the damage fall off at range with the recoil pattern. It just received too many buffs, or not buffs, nerfs. Before it used to be S, now it's just hovering around mid. PKM, I'm not a fan of the PKM. I think it's bad. Not bad enough to be D tier, but it's definitely worse than the M250. Recoil is easy to manage, but this is mostly just a vibes. Like, I hate using this thing. I'd rather use the next LMG. The QJB is the buff it got this season just makes the recoil easier to manage with the rapid fire attachment too. It's just great. I love using the QJB. Much rather use it over the M250 and the PKM. The time to kill for the QJB, you can make the QJB into like a mini AR even with the 60 round mag. It's just I love running this thing and use it whenever I get a chance. M249 is D tier. It's not. I'm not gonna put it F, but this thing, man, I tried to make it work. It just sucks, man. The damage is terrible. Time to kill terrible. The recoil is not the worst, but it's not. I would put the PKM the easiest to control. M250's second easiest between this and the QJB. QJB third easiest to control, and then this. It's just so bouncy, and the mag is just terrible. I don't know, man. Like, if you want to use this, go ahead, but I think it's pretty bad. It feels like a pea shooter. Marksman Rifles, I'm just gonna let you all know. Except, okay, all my Marksman Rifles going straight to F tier, except these two. Okay, SR25 D tier, but everything else, the PSG and Mini 14 SR9, terrible. Just if you use these guns, you're just hurting your team. These are so bad. I would not use them in any game. SR25 got a buff with the barrel. You can two-shot people up close if you're using it like that. I put it at D tier. There's just other guns that you can be using that are better. Not terrible, but it's better than these. These are just so fucking bad. You're griefing your team if you're using them. M14 Marksman Rifle, which is the engineer specific one that can go full auto, has a great time to kill. Just the recoil is very bad, which is why it's at C. But if you use it on like trench lines, this thing can go freaking ham. I don't think anything is beating this gun up close anywhere except maybe the AKM and the MK if you get 2 headshots. Otherwise, at range, like once you go past 15 meters, this gun's so hard to use with the recoil that it just makes it mid. But up close, this thing's a monster. Leaving us with our last marksman rifle, the Marlin. This is A tier. The ability to one-shot to the chest is absurd. I think it's up to 26 meters, if I remember correctly. I love using this thing. You can even hip fire with it. If you put one attachment for the hip fire along with the one shot, it's better than aiming. So this gun's fantastic. I love using it. It's one of my favorite guns. I should start using it more. I've been kind of slacking on it lately. So I probably will get back into using this gun. This gun is great. You can even snipe, like if you want to snipe with it, fine. But it's better if you run up close and stay within like like 45 meters and closer range. The headshot you can get like 40 meters. It's one shot. Otherwise, it's a 2-shot. But this is a fantastic gun. If you want to use a marksman rifle, please use this. I don't see many people using it, and I'm not sure why. I don't know why people want to default to these. Like they're sniping, just use a sniper rifle. Speaking of which, SVD terrible. VSS terrible. I forgot to put these over here. Just these are bottom of the barrel. Who cares? Don't tell me that you like using them to snipe. No, they're fucking bad. Don't use them. D tier. I'm not gonna put it at F because it can one shot to the chest up close. Otherwise, this thing sucks because the ADS. If you want a quick scope, you can't even quick scope. To be honest, the ADS is so slow that going for quick scope builds is not really viable. Can't really run a gun with it. Obviously, it's a sniper rifle, duh. But I'm just not a fan of it. I think sniping sucks on a whole, which is why this is going down. Not that one. There's no reason to use the M700 or the SV98 over the AUM. Literally no reason to at all because the AUM can get one shots to the chest within however many meters. And because of that, R93 got a sweet spot update this season. This is the only sniper rifle you should use. The R93 is great. You can get the sweet spot to be like 40 some meters to 90 some meters. I don't know the exact sweet spot. It has fast fire rate. It's just, it outclasses every sniper rifle significantly to the point where there's no reason to use anything other than this unless you run and gun with the AUM. But I mean, that's pretty terrible. Like, I would not recommend. I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, the R93 just outclasses every sniper rifle in the game. And because has a sweet spot, it's an A. Last season it would have been like above like C tier maybe because of the fast fire rate. But now that you can one shot to the chest, A tier. All right, moving on to shotguns. I always mix up the M870 and M1014. I think this is the good one. Whatever the one Luna gets, that's the one that is better. I think it's the M1014. This one I'm gonna put at B tier. I think shotguns. I don't think shotguns are great. You can't really carry with them except with the S12K, which I'm gonna be putting at A tier. The problem with the M10 is the pump. Like the time in between makes it just gets outclassed by the S12K, which is why the S12K is at A tier. You don't even have to put the automatic attachment to the S12K. If you don't want, you can just keep it semi-automatic. The S12K can carry a game. Like there's a guy that we call that's named the Real Dingle, who is notorious for running D-Wolf S12K shotgun and just going absolutely berserk with it. Call it being dingled. And that's really the meta for shotgun users. Just run D-Wolf, slide around, and just hit fire with this as fast as you can. I'm gonna keep these over here. 725 is probably like if this had more than 2 bullets, it'd be great. But because it has only 2 bullets, I'm putting it at C tier. There's plenty of situations that I go into where 2 shotgun shells are just not enough, and the reload isn't gonna cut it for me. I'm better off just using any other gun to get the kills compared to the S25. Really, no reason to use it over the S12K or even the M10. I mean, I guess it has better range than these two, but I mean, you're using a shotgun. Why are we going for range here? M870 is just worse, the worst out of all them. I wouldn't use it. Really not much to say. It's just a worse version of every single one. Bow users, you're annoying and cringe, but the gun itself is good. If you have bad aim, obviously this is like a F tier, but people who are good with the bow can absolutely destroy a lobby with it, which is why I'm going to be putting it at A tier. I myself am not a bow user. I struggle using it. So me personally, I'm like F D tier. But like Wormy, Depressed, I see them using this and just annihilating people with recon. Literally just disgusting if you can aim. And they buffed it too. They increased the projection speed, I think. So we'll see if they nerf it or keep it as is. They might even buff it, to be honest, because people who use this suck. So they'll probably see the statistics on it and see that people who use it have like a negative KD and just buff it again. This is disgusting. This bow is I hate bow users, but it's very good. I'm not gonna rank the pistols. Just use whatever you want. This is just swag, to be honest. Personally, I use the G18 automatic, but you can literally use whatever you want. It doesn't matter. And with that, this is a complete tier list. This is how I have everything ranked. As you can see, there's plenty of gun options that you can use. Like C-Nup is perfectly usable. Obviously, these AKM, AK-12, M7, MP5, SMG-45 are like the nuts. But that doesn't mean these are like significantly outclassed. You can still have great success with any of these guns. Except I would say D and F. D and F are so bad that I think you're definitely griefing your team if you're using these F tier guns, in my opinion. The D tier, you're probably griefing, but it's fine, whatever. It's not like you can still like do okay with the M249 or the SR25 if you're running and gunning. But regardless, this is how I have everything set up. And that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to leave a like, comment if you enjoyed it, or comment if you disagree with some gun. Tell me your thoughts on what you think are S tier, or if I rank something down here. Tell me if I'm cringe for putting every marksman rifle or sniper rifle automatically in F. Other than that, boys, I'm gonna catch you later. See ya.